Shalom, Israel. Priest and Officer of 1,000 Kawan Yahweh. This is ISUPK, Louisiana Sabbath service. A majim, which means to stand. La Yasha Allah. La Yasha Allah. Hapan Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. East is this way. We're going to begin by saying the Lord's Prayer. We're going to begin by saying the Lord's Prayer, first in Hebrew, then in English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Asha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawak Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'aiwalamyam, La'aiwalamyam, Lamyam, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak, the power, first in Hebrew and then in English. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashai. Nathan Lanawa. Hakak. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Ka Maka'ala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. La Tahar. Ha Matazarayan. Hakak. La Ha Kwayam. Hamadyam Hakak. Al Rakara. Hatama'ala. Lagarshan. Bahashem. Yahushai. The water Aman. In the English. Yahweh in the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wa Yahushai. Wa Makaya Allah. Wa Alahayam. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayamyan. Ha Kayak. Ha Kayayalam. Ha Salaki. Ha, what, Salaki? Wa hak akwakim. Yahweh Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. The water Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Ha-ha-ya. Salaki. Ha-ha-rayam. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Azariah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'arataza. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yamyanka. Yamamam. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balal Yala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'atka. Wabawatka. Ma'aita. Wa'aid Iwalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew first and then the English. Alahayim. Al damayala salaki. Al damayala laka. Al the karash. Wa al the shakwat. Al kaya hana. Awaya hold on. Awa yaka. Yahama yawam. Ra'ash. Al imaka. Ya'ira yamwa. Sawada. Yawata. Wait, Salaki. Yata. Ya'itazawa. Al tazapanwa. Salaki. Al tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wana kakayadam. Nakakayadam. Magawaya. Wala'a. Yazakar, Sham Yasha'Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Lakadwa, Al-Yaka, Baryath, Yakarwathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai, Allah, Salaki, Allah, Al-Yam, Mawa'aba, Wahagar Yam, Gabal, Wa'aima one, Wa'aima Malawa, Salaki, Wa'aim, Alakwa, Alak, Ma'ai, Salaki, Wa'aim Malak, Wa'aim Malak, Palasha, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, I'm Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Salaki, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Alawa, Laham, Laham, Kamadium, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayab Yan, Banakal, Kwayash one, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yab, Mawa, Ka'irab, Wakazaab, Wakaaz, Salaki, Wakaazbak, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Call Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amawa, Nayar Rasha, Lanawa, Af, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayath Tamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Ka'ash, Tabai Ira Yara, Salakia, Tabai Ira Yaira, Tabai Yaira, Wa Kalahaba, the Alahat, Harayam, Kam, Taradakpama, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabaha Alam, Mala'a, Panyahan, Salagi, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wa'a Bakwashwa, Shemka, Yahweh, Yabashah, Shalaki, Yabashua, Waya Bahalawa, Aid, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Kaparwa, Yaya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Ata, Shemka, Yahweh, Labadka, Ila Yawam, Al Kaha Arataza, Al Call Ha Arataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come. And let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. And of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal and Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. For their nobles, Salakia, make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zaid. Yea. All their prince as Zabah. And as Zamunna. Who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the Most High. Over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. Shavia, you may be seated. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Again, I'm Priest and Officer of 1000 ISUPK Louisiana Sabbath class. Today we're going to get into, we're going to pick up where Officer Yahar left off. I do ask that all brothers and sisters, Baba Kashah, if y'all will lift up in prayer, man, for the brother, Officer Yahar. He is dealing with the flu and bronchitis, and he has been pretty sick as of late, man. And just pray that the Most High, touch the brother, man, and heal him and give him a speedy recovery through his ailments at the moment. All right. So he left off the last Sabbath class that he held. He was speaking on King David and how King David, when he committed the adultery with the married woman, and the Lord killed their child. So we're going to pick up where he left off. He ended in 2 Samuel 12 after the Most High had killed the child that David had given unto I think her name Bathsheba. So we're going to start in 2 Samuel chapter 13. 2 Samuel chapter 13. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar. And Ammon, the son of David, loved her. So this is talking about David's children. David had other kids. His son Absalom, his son Amnon, and his daughter Tamar. It's going to go into a situation that took place that happened. It's giving you the precursor here that's telling you that Amnon, the son of David, he loved Tamar, their sister. So we're going to get right into it. Verse 2, and Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. She was of marriageable age. Not meaning that she hadn't been with him. Well, she hadn't been with a man because she wasn't married. Because if a woman was with a man in that time, she was considered married if she lied with him. And for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin, and Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. So the brother Amnon, from verse 1, it told you that he loved his sister Tamar. But he was vexed, his spirit was vexed, and he fell sick because he was that in love with his sister. This is absolutely a horrible thing. And I say, man, like the worst thing the worst thing that could happen to a family is for them to go through some things like this. What Amnon the scripture is setting up to show you what Amnon is feeling for his sister is abnormal. It's not something that a brother should feel for his sister. A brother should love his sister, but not in the way that Amnon loves Tamar. We'll keep reading. Verse 3, but Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shamiah, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, Why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Why are you down? Like what's wrong with you? You're the son of King David. What is wrong with you? Is what Jonadab is asking Amnon. Let's see. Where was that left off? Salaki. Wilt thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. And Jonadab said unto him, Lay thee down on thy bed, and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat it at her hand. So the Jonadab, which was the friend of Amnon, told him to do something treacherous. He told him lay his sister down in the bed, lay her in the bed with you, lay down with her. But he told him this how you should do it. When your dad comes to see you, tell your dad to have your sister come bring you something to eat because you're sick. So this is what he did. Verse 6, so Amnon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to see him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar, my sister, come and make a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, Go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress him meat. Go make him some food. Go to Amnon's house, your brother's sick. Go take care of it. David didn't think anything of it. He told him to go take care of his brother. Take care of her brother. Verse 8, so Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house, and he was laid down. She took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight. and did bake the cakes. And she took a pan and poured them out before him, but he refused to eat. And Amnon said, have out all men from me. And they went out, every man from him. So he sent out all the men that were there with them. He sent them out the room because he knew that he was about to do something treacherous. Verse 10, and Amnon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber. Y'all know that the chamber is the bedchamber, that I may eat in thy hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made and brought them into the chamber to Amnon, her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. See, this is what's it called? Incest behavior that Amnon is having with his sister. He is trying to sleep with his own sister. Now, maybe she's not the same. They probably don't have the same mother. That's why he was referring to Absalom's sister in the beginning. But that is still his sister because they have the same what? No, if Absalom and her he called her his sister, how are they related? How is that his sister if they have the same what? If King David went in and told her to come to her brother, they have the same what? Huh? No, King David is their father. They have the same father. That's how they're brothers and sisters. And you are the seed of your what? Of your father. Absolutely. So they are blood. That's his sister, and he is trying to lie with her. He took hold of his sister. All right, let me see. Verse 12. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. Why does she say no such thing shall be done in Israel? You know why, Katham? It's not lawful. That's right. It's not adultery, but it's not lawful. It's incest because he's sleeping with his sister, and the Lord said that you're not supposed to lie with your mother, your mother-in-law, your sister. You're not supposed to lie with them. That's why she's telling him that's right. It's a sin, Sister Shapara. Absolutely right. And shalom to y'all, man, at the water for tuning in today. Yes, it is a sin. She's telling him you shouldn't do this because it's a sin, brother. Why would you do this? In all Israel, we're not supposed to do that. No, you're good. All right. Verse 13. And whither shall I cause my shame to go? She like, where am I going to go with this shame? How am I going to make this shame go away if you do this to me? I'm going to be shamed. Israel is going to shame me to where I'm not going to be able to get a husband. I'm going to be shamed. And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Now, therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from thee. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her. So Amnon raped his sister. He literally forced his sister and raped his own sister. That's a disgusting bastard to do that to your own sister. To do that to any woman, you got to be a disgusting, vile, sinful-minded bastard to do that to your own people, man. Like, why? He's the son of the king. Why couldn't he have any woman that he wanted? He could have had any woman that he wanted. Beautiful, it didn't matter. Whatever type woman he wanted, he could have had. You are the son of King David, the greatest king of Israel before Yahushua. But you chose to lie with your sister. Remind me of Cesare Borgia and his sister. Verse 15, then Amnon hated her exceedingly. so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her. And Amnon said unto her, Arise, be gone. Now he's sending her away. He's sending her away like she's some dog, like she's shamed. Right, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Sister Shapara. She said, and the friend too, that set it up. You're absolutely right. Both of them are two disgusting bastards. But you look at the characteristics that the scripture said about Jonadab. It said that he was a subtle man. Who else in the Bible does the scriptures say is a subtle beast? Absolutely. Make sure you raise your hand, but you're right. Katham said Esau. He is absolutely right. Give him a hand. Damn right. Good job, Katham. The Bible said that Esau is the most subtle beast of the field. Damn right. The devil, Shapar. You're right, too. Absolutely. Good job, Nazamana. Nazana Salaki. I know I said it right the first time. Nazamana. Good job. She said that Esau, the devil Esau, is the most subtle beast of the field. That's absolutely right. So Jonadab acts just like Esau. He has the characteristics of the devil. He does the same thing. That's why he was able to think of something that diabolical for a brother to sleep with his sister. Go ahead, Katham.
Aren't their names all like related to the 12 tribes? So that they wouldn't be in the 12 tribes, right? They
are in the 12 tribes. He's King David's daughter and son. Jonadab is King David's brother's son. So he's related to King David as well. It's King David's nephew that set him up.
So they are the ones that are cast out amongst the Most High?
What do you mean by that? They are the one that's cast out.
As in, they're not.
They are in the 12 tribes.
Okay.
They're part of the tribe of Judah because they're David's children. David is king of Judah. He is from the tribe of Judah, right?
Later in the Bible, did they get stoned or something?
We're going to find out. We're going to keep reading. All right. Let me see. So he sent her away from him, told her to go away like she was some kind of, he done threw her away now. And this is what she said in verse 16. Sister Shapara's question is, did this act occur because of the sin of David? No, the punishment that the Most High gave David was to kill the son that was birthed by Bathsheba. So that was the punishment that the Most High gave to David. He didn't say that he was going to continue to punish him because of the sin that he did. He said that would be the punishment, just killing the baby. So the baby died. That was the Most High's judgment for David doing what he did with Bathsheba and Uriah, the Hittite. So I'm going to say la'ah to that. All right. Verse 16. And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other that thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken to her because, in a sense, he just married her. Even though he raped her, he married her, and to send her away is even more sinful because now he's throwing her away. He just married his sister, which is incest and against the Lord, but yet and still he's married to her, and now he's throwing her away, kicking her out. All right. In verse 16, Salakia, in verse 16, but he would not hearken unto her. 17, then he called his servant that ministered unto him and said, put now this woman out from me and bolt the door after her. Throw her out and lock the door behind her. He is absolutely disgusted. And she said, and she had a garment of divers colors upon her, for which such robes were the king's daughters that were virgins apparel. So the king's daughters, how did you know who the king's daughters were?
By the apparel they wore.
Exactly. Good job. Wait up. I'm glad you're paying attention. Because of the apparel they wore a garment that had different colors on it. Diverse colors just means different. or many different colors. So that's how you knew that King David's daughters, which ones were of meritable age that were available to be married. Then his servant brought her out and bolted the door after her. And Tamar put ashes on her head and rent her garment. She tore her garment of divers colors, and that was on her, and laid her hand on her head and went on crying. And Absalom, her brother, said unto her, hath Amnon thy brother been with thee? But hold not thy peace, my sister. He telling her, tell me, don't hold it. Don't be quiet about it. Tell me, did Amnon rape you? Did you sleep with Amnon? Did he take you? But hold not thy peace, my sister. He is thy brother. Regard not this thing. So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house. But when King David heard of all these things, he was very wroth. He got pissed off. I would have been too. I'd have did something to that boy. And Absalom spake unto his brother Amnon, neither good nor bad. For Absalom hated Amnon, because he had forced his sister Tamar. And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep shearers in Baal-Hazar, which is beside Ephraim. And Absalom invited all the king's sons. So all of King David's sons, Absalom invited them out to his place. Verse 24, and Absalom came to the king and said, behold, now thy servant hath sheep shearers. Let the king, I beseech thee, and his servants go with thy servant. And the king said to Absalom, nay, my son, let us not all now go, lest we be chargeable unto thee. And he pressed him, how about he would not go? How about he would not go, but blessed him. Then said Absalom, if not, I pray thee, let my brother Amnon go with us. And the king said unto him, why should he go with thee? But Absalom pressed him that he let Amnon and all the king's sons go with him. And Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, mark ye now, when Amnon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say unto you, smite Amnon, then kill him. Fear not, have not I commanded you? Be courageous and be valiant, and be valiant. So he's telling his servants, kill Amnon. I want y'all to get him drunk, and I want him dead tonight. I want him to die. This brother is avenging his sister, because what I don't understand, because I read it, and what I didn't understand was when King David heard about it, why didn't he do something to Amnon? I didn't understand that part, and I have to get clarification on it. I'm gonna have to ask the general or a man above me, why didn't King David do something to Amnon after he found out that Amnon had forced his other daughter, one of his daughters, to lie with him? He literally raped her. I didn't understand why King David had not done anything to Amnon at this point. Verse 29, and the servants of Absalom did unto Amnon as Absalom had commanded. Then all the king's sons arose, and every man gat him up upon his mule and fled. So they must have killed him in front of all the brothers. In front of all of their brothers, they killed Amnon in front of all of them, and all of them got up and got out of there. They left because they seen one of their other brothers murdered. Killed. But I'm pretty sure that they knew the story too. I'm pretty sure that they knew that Amnon, what he had done to Tamar. And he had to have some serious pride or some serious gonads to come to the brother's house that he raped his sister and threw her away. He had to have some serious, to do that. Verse 30, and it came to pass when they were in the way that tidings came to David, saying, Absalom has slain all the king's sons, and there is not one of them left. Is that true what he just said to him? What King David's servant just went and told him. He said that all of your sons, Absalom killed all of them, not one of them is left. Is that true? Because they fled. He only killed Amnon. Amnon was the only son of the king that was killed. The rest of them got away. They fled. Verse 31. Then the king arose and tore his garments and lay on the earth, and all his servants stood by with their clothes rent. So everybody tore their clothes. And Jonadab, the son of Shimei, David's brother, answered and said, Let not my Lord suppose that they have slain all the young men, the king's sons, for Amnon only is dead. For by the appointment of Absalom, this hath been determined from the day that he forced his sister Tamar. So you hear what he's now telling King David that Absalom, all your sons not dead, King, first of all. Absalom only killed Amnon. And this was going to happen since the day that he forced Tamar to lie with him. Now, Jonadab is the same one that told Amnon to do it. Now he's telling King David that it was supposed to happen anyway from the day that he lied with Tamar. Verse 33, Now therefore let not my lord the king take the thing to his heart to think that all the king's sons are dead, for Amnon only is dead. But Absalom fled, and the young man that kept the watch lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there came much people by the way of the hillside behind him. And Jonadab said unto the king, Behold, the king's sons come. And thy servant said, So it is. And it came to pass as soon as he had made an end of speaking, that behold, the king's sons came and lifted up their voice and wept. And the king also and all his servants wept very sore. So they cried a lot because Amnon died, because Absalom killed Amnon. But what about the crime that Amnon did? What about the crime that Amnon did to his own sister that went without punishment for 2 years? They're crying for Amnon, but Amnon threw y'all sister away and your daughter away, and he raped her. So that to me, I like I said, I got to get clarification on why is it that no punishment was done to Amnon. I'm definitely going to get that for all of us, because I want to know as well. Verse 37, But Absalom fled and went to Talmai, the son of Ammihud, king of Geshur, and David mourned for his son every day. So Absalom fled and went to Geshur and was there 3 years. Now 5 years done went by since Amnon done raped his daughter, and now 2 years went by since he raped her. Then Absalom killed Amnon. Then Absalom fled. Now he been gone for 3 years. Verse 39, And the soul of King David longed to go forth unto Absalom, for he was comforted concerning Amnon, seeing he was dead. So here in verse 39, it's saying that King David wanted to go see Absalom. It's saying that he was comforted concerning Amnon, seeing he was dead. All right, keep going. Chapter 14, verse 1. Now Joab, the son of Zeruiah, perceived that the king's heart was toward Absalom, that he wanted to see his son. And Joab sent to Tekoa and fetched thence a wise woman and said unto her, I pray thee, feign thyself to be a mourner, and put on now mourning apparel, and anoint thyself with oil, but be as a woman that had a long time mourned for the dead, and come to the king and speak on this manner unto him. So Joab put these words in her mouth. So he's telling her what to say when she go before King David. All right, verse 4. And when the woman of Tekoa spake to the king, she fell on her face to the ground and did obeisance. That means respect. I know that. What did it say?
I was trying to see you're trying to say
obeisance. Yeah, obeisance, but it means respect. I looked it up earlier. It means to respect. And said, help, O king. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, I am indeed a widow woman, and mine husband is dead. And thy handmaid had 2 sons, and they too strove together in the field. They were fighting in the field with each other. And there was none to part them, but the one smote the other and slew him. Sounds familiar, don't it? Did that story sound familiar about 2 in the field, 2 brothers in the field?
When one of the brothers slayed the Egyptian?
No. Nobody broke these 2 up. Think in the beginning what happened with 2 brothers. One killed the other. You don't know it? Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel out in the field. He killed him because the Lord loved the offering that Abel offered to the Lord and didn't like his. Go ahead.
And I also had a question about when the brothers were mourning about the death, that even though the brother committed a crime, isn't that just like now when brothers will forgive people after killing their brothers?
That's an excellent point. Hey, y'all give him a hand for that question, man. Katham just said, he asked the question. He had a question about the mourning of the brothers, the king's sons, when they came back to King David, and they were mourning the fact that their brother was dead. He was like, isn't that the same thing, same type of situation as brothers now in the world that do a crime and they go to jail or they get killed or something and the family's mourning? It's absolutely the same thing. Our people these days, we go to funerals and listen to a pastor tell us that this person that has passed away was a good brother and they're going to go to heaven and the Lord is going to see them. And he was an absolute terror. This boy was a stepper here. He was out here murdering people, and you expect the Lord to accept him in the kingdom? It's absolutely the same thing. They want to have GoFundMe accounts and mourn and cry for him, but he done killed 5, 6 people. This nigga Amnon he raped his own sister, and they still mourn for him.
And that's also what people do when they be in court, and like, isn't that what happened with the George Floyd situation? They were forgiving them.
Oh man, no, actually it was the Amber Geiger with the Botham Jean, when the judge she said something. The bailiff was rubbing her hair. The judge was making sure that she was all right. The brothers say he forgive him. And this Edomite had just killed his brother in cold blood.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's crazy how they mourn Amnon when Amnon was a sinful, he was a criminal. His sister called him a fool. She said, you were going to be a fool of Israel if you do this to me. Not only was his sister shamed for it, and he threw her away after he forcefully married her. He raped her, threw her away, and now 2 years later, after he's killed by the brother of that same sister, they're mourning for him. That's how bad Israel be off, man, sometimes. Y'all, we really, as a people, we have to get ourselves together because of the type of stuff that we do as a whole, as a nation. It be off. Well, I mourn for that fool after he did what he did to y'all sister. even though that's Absalom's probably, they got the same daddy and the same mother, that's all y'all sister. That's King David's daughter. And she was raped and threw away by y'all brother, and y'all mourn this nigga because he got what he sowed. He reaped what he sowed. The wages of sin is death. Con. La. The water though. I know what you was gonna say. Nah, I ain't gotta say unalive on here. I ain't put up TikTok not for the Sabbath class. I should have, but I didn't. All right, so where we left off, verse 7, 2 Samuel 14 and verse 7. For y'all that's just coming in, we going over. Yeah, absolutely, Nazmana. It is crazy, and I thank the Most High in Christ that young man, the Lord, gave that to Trooper Katham, man, because that is absolutely what our people do, man. And it's horrible. It's horrible that we mourn someone as wicked as that. It's crazy. Verse 7, and behold, the whole family is risen against thine handmaid. And they said, deliver him that smote his brother, that we may kill him. For the life of his brother, whom he slew, and we will destroy the heir also. And so they shall quench my coal, which is left, and shall not leave to my husband neither name nor remainder upon the earth. She's saying that they want to kill the last son that she has, even though he killed his brother. And y'all understand. I hope y'all understand and following the story and understanding why Joab has her to say these things. Because it's the same situation with Absalom and Ammon. It's the same situation. Absalom killed Ammon. So she is trying to get the king to have sympathy for Absalom, to think more on Absalom, to forgive him, to let him come back. But she's giving him a story that that Joab made up to give to the king. And she's saying that they want the whole family is against her, and want her to give up his brother to die. She's asking the king not to let him be killed. And the king said unto the woman, go to thine house, and I will give charge concerning thee. And the woman of Tekoa said unto the king, my lord, O king, the inquiry be on me. Iniquity be on me and on my father's house, and the king and his throne be guiltless. And the king said, whosoever saith aught unto thee, bring him to me, and he shall not touch thee any more. Then said she, I pray thee, let the king remember the Lord thy God, that thou wouldest not suffer the revengers of blood to destroy any more, lest they destroy my son. And he said, as the Lord liveth, there shall not one hair of thy son fall to the earth. Then the woman said, let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak one word unto my lord the king. And he said, say on. And the woman said, wherefore then hast thou thought such a thing against the people of God? For the king doth speak this thing as one which is faulty. In that the king doth not fetch home again his banished. Who's she talking about?
Can you say it again?
Con, I'll read it again. And the woman said, wherefore then hast thou thought such a thing against the people of God? For the king doth not, for the king doth speak this thing as one which is faulty. In that the king doth not fetch home again his banished. Who the king does not fetch home who he banished?
What was it? Did it start with a B?
Oh, it's in there. Absalom. Good job. Y'all give Sister Shapara a hand. You're absolutely right. Absalom. So the king is not looking to bring, she's bringing to the king's attention, Salaga, sir, what you're saying to me is faulty because you haven't even allowed your own son to come back that you banished, and he did the same exact thing. He did the same thing, but what you're saying to me is faulty. She's saying, she's bringing to his attention, the king, you giving me advice that you're not even taking yourself. Go ahead, Gatham, you got a question?
Is he talking about the story that one of them made up to have mercy on him?
Khan, this is the same woman. She's talking to King David still. She's telling him, my Lord, the advice you gave me that nobody's going to touch my son because he killed his brother and you're going to let him live. What about your son? What about Absalom? You the advice you giving me, you're not even using the same advice, sir. Why don't you let your son come back? It is. It's absolutely heaven, Nazamana. Go ahead.
It's just a lot of names in here.
It is. Just follow the story. Try to follow the story. The names, I know they can get jumbled up. Amnon, Tamar, Absalom, Joab, Jenadab, all I know. But just try to follow the story if you could. All right. Salakia. Verse 14. For we must needs die and are as water spilt on the ground, which cannot be gathered up again. Neither doth God respect any person, yet does he devise means that his banish be not expelled from him. That's heavy what she just said to him. She telling him, basically, we're all going to die at one point, but your son only got a short time here on the earth. Forgive him. Let him come back. We know she's basically saying, I know you want to see your son. We only got a short time here on this earth. Let him come back. Like, I mean, in my opinion, he didn't do anything that, well, he did kill his brother, which was not his job to do that. It should have been the judgment of the priest. And King David, I would say he should have gave that order to kill him. I would have stoned him. He'd have died that day. But what she's saying is absolutely right. Verse 15, now therefore that I am come to speak of this thing unto you, unto my Lord the king, it is because the people have made me afraid. And thy handmaid said, I will now speak unto the king. It may be that the king will perform the request of his handmaid. She asking him, if you'll do this for me. Go ahead, Katham.
What book is this?
2 Samuel chapter 14, and we are at verse 16 now. For the king will hear to deliver his handmaid out of the hand of the men that would destroy me and my son together out of the inheritance of God. Then thy handmaid said, the word of my lord the king shall now be comfortable, for as an angel of God, so is my lord the king to discern good and bad. Therefore, the Lord thy God will be with thee. Then the king answered and said unto the woman, hide not from me, I pray thee, the thing that I shall ask thee. And the woman said, let my lord the king now speak. And the king said, it is not the hand of Joab with thee in all this. So the King David knew who it was who told her that. He said, it's not Joab that told you all of this or that got you doing this, is it? And the woman answered and said, as thy soul liveth, my lord the king, none can turn to the right hand or to the left from aught that my lord the king has spoken. For thy servant Joab, he bade me, and he put all these words in my mouth of thine handmaid, in the mouth of thy handmaid. To fetch about this form of speech hath thy servant Joab done this thing. And my Lord is wise according to the wisdom of an angel of God, to know all things that are in the earth. And the king said unto Joab, behold, now I have done this thing. Go therefore, bring the young man Absalom again. So Joab's plan, it worked. He had him, he made her tell him that story to get the king to actually send for Absalom, his son. So his plan did work. Verse 22, and Joab fell to the ground on his face and bowed himself and thanked the king. And Joab said, today thy servant knoweth that I have found grace in thy sight, my lord, O king. And the king, in that the king had fulfilled the request of his servant. So Joab arose and went to Geshur and brought Absalom to Jerusalem. And the king said, let him turn to his own house and let him not see my face. So Absalom returned to his own house and saw not the king's face. So he told him, I'll let him come back to Jerusalem, but I don't want to see it. I absolutely don't want him to see it. I don't want to see his face. Verse 25, but in all Israel, there was none to be so much praised as Absalom for his beauty. From the sole of his foot, even to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him. He was a good looking brother. Say he was had no blemish. 26. And when he pulled his hair, for it was at every year's end that he pulled it, because the hair that was heavy on him, therefore he pulled it. He weighed the hair on his head at 200 shekels after the king's weight. The word pole just means that it actually refers to an animal that has without horns. So basically they're saying that he cuts his hair every year because it grows so thick and so much. Go ahead.
I'm trying to see what chapter again. I'm trying to find.
Now I'm at 2 Samuel chapter 14 and verse 27. You got it?
Not yet. We're going to chapter 14.
Verse 27. And unto Absalom there were born 3 sons and 1 daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was a woman of fair countenance. So he named his daughter after his sister. Verse 28. So Absalom dwelt 2 full years in Jerusalem and saw not the king's face. Therefore Absalom sent for Joab to have sent him to the king, but he would not come to him. And when he sent again the second time, he would not come. So Absalom is calling for Joab to come to him to get the king to let him come see it. But Joab ain't coming to see Absalom. Verse 30. Therefore he said unto his servant, see, Joab's field is near mine, and he hath barley there. Go and set it on fire. And Absalom's servant set the field on fire. Then Joab arose and came to Absalom unto his house and said unto him, wherefore have thy servant set my field on fire? And Absalom answered Joab, behold, I sent unto thee, saying, come hither, that I may send thee to the king to say, wherefore am I come from Geshur? Like, I sent for you. I done asked you more than one time to come here to go to the king for me and ask him why he brought me from Geshur. Why did he bring me from Geshur if I can't see it? Continuing on. It had been good for me to have been there still. I could have stayed there. Now, therefore, let me see the king's face. And if there be any iniquity in me, let him kill me. So Joab came to the king and told him. And when he had called for Absalom, he came to the king and bowed himself on his face to the ground before the king. And the king kissed Absalom. Yep, chapter 15, verse 1. And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses and 50 men to run before him. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment, Then Absalom called unto him and said, Of what city art thou? And he said, Thy servant is of one of the tribes of Israel. And Absalom said unto him, See that the matters are good and right, but there is no man deputed of the kings to hear thee. Absalom said, Moreover, Oh, that I were made judge in the land, that every man which hath any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice. So he placed himself as a judge. He's placed himself as a go-between between the king and anybody that has an issue. Now he put himself there. We didn't see nowhere that King David ordained or put him as a judge or the middleman. Verse 5. And it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. And on this matter, and I want y'all to understand that kiss that they're talking about, it's a kiss. He dapped him up. He ain't talking about kissing him on the cheek or all that homosexual or LGBTQ stuff. That ain't what he's talking about. A kiss is a dap. It's a greeting. That's all it is. On this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel. I used to think it say he stole the hearts of them. Anybody could comment and tell me why y'all think that Absalom is saying, the scripture is saying that Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel. Anybody can tell me. Now remember, King David didn't put Absalom in the position to be the judge between him and the people of Israel. He made himself that way.
So true.
No, he didn't steal the truth. Why would somebody put themselves in a position of power and then, I don't want to give it away, and then influence the people that are under that power, captivated? I'll accept that, Nazmana. Go ahead, Katham.
He stole their beliefs.
He didn't steal their beliefs. The reason, she's right, captivated. He's capturing their loyalty. What he's doing is he's making them look to him for answers, not King David. He's making them come to him for judgment. He's saying, I'll give them justice. Because if you think about it, when that thing happened to Tamar, his sister, did King David do anything?
No, I was about to say that.
Right. He didn't do anything. So Absalom, it seems like Absalom has a thought process of, well, says he never gave my sister justice, and I had to get it. I'll do the same for everybody in Israel. I'll give them justice where he didn't give them. Let's keep going. Let's find out why. Verse 7, and it came to pass after 40 years that Absalom said unto the king, I pray thee, I pray thee, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto the Lord in Hebron. For thy servant vowed a vow while I abode at Geshur in Syria, saying, if the Lord shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve the Lord. And the king said unto him, go in peace. So he arose and went to Hebron. And Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, as soon as ye hear the sound of the trumpet, then ye shall say, Absalom reigneth in Hebron. And with Absalom went 200 men out of Jerusalem that were called, and they went in their simplicity, and they knew not anything. Go ahead.
You want me to read?
You want to read?
I'll read.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you read. Yeah, go ahead. Start at verse 12.
Verse 12?
Yeah.
And Absalom sent for
Ahithophel
for the Gilonite, David's counselor, from his city, even from Gilo, while he offered sacrifices, and the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom.
So why do you think it say that the conspiracy continued with Absalom? It increased. The people increased. The conspiracy was strong. What was Absalom doing? What was he doing? Just think about it. Everything we just said. Think about what he is doing. What is Absalom doing? Captivating the minds of the people, giving them justice, gathering them together. They are in their simplicity. They following him. Don't even know what's going on, but they following him. They are loyal to him. Why? Why is he getting people to do that?
To rise up against King David.
Exactly. He is right. He is setting himself up to rise up against King David. Absolutely right, Katham. The people, Sister Shapara say, the people knew not that he was trying to take the power of the king. Absolutely. Officer Iwalam says, Salakia, so that Absalom basically started his own priesthood like a fake camp today. I wouldn't say he started his own priesthood, Iwalam. I say more so what he was doing was he was trying to take over. He was trying to take the power from King David by like what Sister Nazamana said, he was captivating the people. How does politicians get people to follow them? How does politicians get people to follow them?
They lie.
They lie. They tell you everything that you want to hear. They get you to see. Absolutely, Sister Nazamana. He was drawing the people in. They get you to hear everything that you want to hear so that you'll follow them. So you'll do what they want you to do. Absolutely, Sister Shapara. Go ahead, Katham.
If we could do this in the Lord's way, the ISUPK would have everyone we need and we ought to be out here.
But you know what? If we did it that way, it wouldn't be of the Lord.
I said in the Lord's way.
I know, but if we did it, what do you think that the ISUPK do right now?
They do stuff in the Lord's way.
We do it in the Lord's way.
Yes, sir.
But what Absalom is doing is telling the people what they want to hear. He's drawing them in by telling them that I'll give you justice. King David didn't give you justice. That's probably what he's telling them. It's okay. I'll take care of it. King David is busy right now. I'll do it for you. No problem. Your brother stole from, no problem. Let's take care of it. And what that does for people, that gives them a sense of comfort, a sense of loyalty to you. It draws you in to believe, I can go to Absalom. I don't have to go to King David. I can go to Absalom and he'll take care of it. That's exactly what he's doing to the people. Go ahead, Katham.
I see why I'm saying we're not supposed to be doing it like this, because we're not supposed to be in comfort here.
No, we're not supposed to be in comfort here at all. We're not supposed to be comfortable in this place and in no wise. But he's making them comfortable. He's making them comfortable with him, and he's making them loyal. Their loyalty lies in who. See, in Israel is like that forever. We've always been like that. If somebody, I'm gonna give a prime example. Don't get mad at me, Katham.
I'm not mad.
No, I'm talking about this. What I'm going to say. Don't be mad about what I'm going to say. If with me, I won't let you play the game, even though you got A's and B's right now, right? The reason you got off the game because your grades went down, right? Now, if someone else that had authority over me, or say somebody equal to me, gave you the authority, say, Katham, man, you got A's and B's. You know what? Don't worry about it. You can play the game. You just keep those A's and B's, but you come see me and you can play the game. Who would you follow?
The father before.
Who would you follow if somebody's giving you what you want and I'm taking what you want? Which person would you go with? Let's not think about the truth. Let's think about who would you follow? The person that's giving you what you want, right? All the time. Salaki. Shalom, Yahweh, Shabbat, sir. I'm in the Sabbath. I'm teaching the Sabbath class, sir. All right, no, sir. Come out of one con, sir. All right. Shalom, Yom Kippur. You would follow, Salaki, y'all. You would follow, or you would take to be loyal to the one that gives you what you want. And that is what Absalom is doing to the people, which is absolutely diabolical. It's wrong that he's doing it, but at the same time, he's masterminding a takeover, a mutiny, so to speak. Hold on. Sister Nazmanah say, took a weakness in the people for justice and was taking advantage of it to take over. Absolutely. Sister Shapara says, the crazy thing is he is revolting against his father because he didn't get the response he desired of his father. That what you just said is so heavy. Think about that in everyday life right now. How many sons right now is committing crimes to take care of a household that they feel their father should have taken care of? How many sons despise and hate their fathers because Papa was a Rolling Stone? But they didn't know that Mama kicked Papa out. But they hate Dad. They hate him. So many times in our culture with our people, the father is hated because he doesn't do something that the son or that the family thinks that he should do. So many times. And the problem with that is, it's not your responsibility to tell the father what he should and should not do. Even yet and still, I in some case, I agree with Absalom as why David did not do anything to Amnon. And again, I'm gonna have to ask that in Monday night scripture breakdowns of General Hyman, or I'm gonna have to I'm gonna call the men above me. I might be able to find out today. But I don't understand why nothing happened to Amnon for what he did to Tamar. I don't know. But Absalom, he's broken by it. He's hurt to the point where now he feels he has to take over because King David didn't give him the desired response that he feel that he should have had. We're going to keep going. Verse 13, Baba Kashah. You got it?
Yes, sir.
I got it. I'll read for a little bit. And there came a messenger to David saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are after Absalom. And David said unto all his servants that were with him at Jerusalem, arise and let us flee, for we shall not else escape from Absalom. Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly and bring evil upon us, and smite the city with the edge of the sword. And the king's servant said unto the king, behold, thy servants are ready to do whatsoever my lord the king shall appoint. And the king went forth, and all his household after him. And the king left 10 women, which were concubines, to keep the house. And the king went forth, and all of the people after him, and tarried in a place that was far off. And all his servants passed on beside him, and all the Cherethites, and all the Pelethites, and all the Gittites, the Gittites, 600 men, 600 men which came after him from Gath, passed on before the king. So Absalom must have had way more than 600, because if King David left and he had 600 men with him, Absalom had gathered an army. He completely gathered an army, and for some reason, I guess King David didn't want to squabble with his son. And this story to me, when I first read, I read most of it. When I first was reading it, I was like, man, why is King David sliding? Why he running from his son? Like what is the purpose? First, he didn't avenge Tamar with Amnon, and now he running from Absalom because Absalom done gathered some men together. But you the king, you King David. What's going on? Like I say, I'm gonna find out more. This was an intriguing story for me, man. When I started reading it, I was like, I'm really into what's going on. I want to know. It's like one of them sit on the edge of your seats type story that you want to know what's going on, man, and why things happen. Verse 19. Then said to King Ta'ai, the Gittite, wherefore goest thou also with us? Return to thy place and abide with the king. Salagia. So Shapar says, Salagia, sir, what was the judgment supposed to be for Absalom, for what Absalom did? It's treason. He's actually committing treason against King David by trying to overthrow him with a mutiny, by getting the people to follow him. The punishment for that, I'm not 100% sure. I will have to get back to you. I'm not going to tell y'all something that I don't know for certain. Y'all know how I go in the UPK. I don't know for 100%. Shapar, if you could text me that, that way I can be able to ask the general or a man above me so I can get an answer for you. But I definitely want to know as well. Hold on, Kathon, 1 second. Sister Anazamana asked Salakia, so Absalom had a rebellious spirit in a sense. He did. In a sense, Khan, he did have a rebellious spirit, and it stemmed just because he felt like his sister did not get justice for what happened to her with his brother. And again, like, I don't understand why is it there was no justice for that. That's something, again, like I said, I'm going to ask the generals about, because I don't know. But I'm going to ask the men above me and to find out why there was no judgment for that. Why there was no justice for what happened to that sister. Kadam, you had a question? Go ahead.
I was just going to say this. You gotta don't be sure, make sure.
That's a UPK. Definitely a UPK. What is it called? It's UPK. Don't be sure, make sure. So I'm gonna make sure. Absolutely. All right. What verse we on?
Wasn't it?
No sweat, sis. Most High in Christ.
I think we're on verse 20.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whereas thou camest but yesterday, should I this day make thee go up and down with us? Seeing I whither I may.
You got to read loud.
Seeing I go whether I may return, thou and take back thy brethren, mercy and truth be with thee.
So he's telling I to go back. He's telling her to go back. Go ahead.
And the Thai answered the king and said, as Lord liveth, and as my Lord the kingeth liveth, surely in what place my Lord the king shall be, whether in death or life, even there also will thy servant be.
What is he saying to the king?
Wherever he goes.
In a nutshell, what is he saying to him? I'm loyal to you, King David. I'm loyal to you. So wherever you go, even though I was exiled, you still my king. Whether you live or die, you my king, and I'll follow you there because you my king. That's what he's telling me. I'm loyal to you. This is a big story on this part of the story is on loyalty, and that's something that's huge for me. And it is important that, and it's huge to the Lord as well. Loyalty is very important to the Most High God. If you're disloyal to the Lord, Trust and believe, man. You good as dead to him. The Lord don't want any. What does the Lord want from us more than anything? Loyalty is absolutely right. But what is the one thing that he says so many times in the Bible that he wants from us? Brotherhood is that's close. Obedience, absolutely, Sapar. Obedience is what the Most High God wants from us. Obedience. You show your loyalty by being obedient. If you follow the laws, you're being obedient. You're loyal to the Lord, right? If you don't break his laws, you're loyal because you obey what he said. King David, eye to eye, is saying the same thing to him. That's right, Nazumana. Damn right. Obedience. It is absolutely important that we are obedient, man. And eye to eye is showing that to King David. He is absolutely showing that. Go ahead. Verse 22.
And David said to Ittai, go and pass over. And Ittai, the Gittite, passed over, and all his men, and all the little ones that were with him. Verse 23. And all the country wept a loud voice, and all the people passed over. The king also himself passed the brook Kidron.
Passed over the brook Kidron.
And all the people passed over toward the way of the wilderness. And Io
and Lo
and Lozadar also, and all the Levites were with him, bearing the ark of the covenant of God. And they set down the ark of God, and Abathar went up until all the people had done passing out of the city.
So even the Levites that were with King David, the priest, and they carried the Ark of the Covenant out. Y'all know what the Ark of the Covenant is, right? Then they got it's a box that the priests carry. Only the priest can touch it. That has two cherubs on the top. On the inside, it has the broken stones of the commandments that Moses brought down off the mountain. It has Aaron's staff in it. I'm not sure what else it has in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I know those two things are absolutely in there. The broken tablet that Moses brought down off of the mountain, and the staff of Aaron is in the Ark of the Covenant. And they're carrying it because it's supposed to go everywhere that Israel goes. And King David is the king of Israel, so they have to bring it with them. So let's keep going.
Verse 25. And the king said unto Zadok, carry back the ark of God into the city.
Why? Why did he say carry the Ark of Covenant back to the city?
Because it has the commandments in there? Because
it's supposed to be in Jerusalem, in the Lord's city. The city of Jerusalem is the Most High's motherland or homeland of the land that it's supposed to be in. So that's where the ark belongs. That's where it belongs. Go ahead.
If I shall find the favor in the eyes of the Lord, he will bring me again and shew me both it and his habitation. But if he does say, I have no delight in thee, behold, here am I. Let him do to me as seemeth good unto him.
He said, let the Lord do what's good to him. What he seems good. If I'm supposed to come back, then I'll go back. The Lord gonna send me back. If I'm not supposed to, then I won't. It's up to the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 27. The king said also unto Zadok the priest, Art not thou a seer? Return into the city in peace, and your two sons with you, Ahimaaz, thy son, and Jonathan, the son of Abathar. See, I will tarry in the plain of the wilderness until there come word from you to certify me. Zadok therefore and Abathar carried the ark of God again to Jerusalem, and they tarried there. Verse 30. And David went up by the ascent of Mount Olivet, and wept as he went up, and had his head covered, and he went barefoot. And all people that was with him covered every man his head, and they went up, weeping as they went up.
Go ahead. 31.
And one told David, saying,
Ahithophel
is among the
conspirators
with Absalom.
So he telling him, Ahithophel is he with the conspirators. He read along with Absalom, because I think I forget where Ahithophel came in at, but he is somebody's son. Where is it? Oh, okay. So Absalom had sent him to be one of the spies in the beginning. Go ahead.
And David said, "O Lord, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness."
He said, "Turn it into foolishness." He's in here to spy and get information. Turn the information and the counsel that he has to Absalom into foolishness. Go ahead.
Verse 32. And it came to pass that when David was come to the top of the mount where he worshipped God, behold, Hushai the Archite came to meet him, his coat rent and earth upon his head, unto whom David said, "If thou pass it on with me, then thou shall be a burden unto me. But if thou return to the city and say unto Absalom, I will be thy servant, O king, as I have been thy father's servant hitherto. So I will now also. So will I now also be thy servant? Then mayest thou for me defeat the counsel of Ahithophel."
So David is sending a spy of his own now. David is sending somebody to infiltrate with Absalom, telling him that to tell Absalom, "You was my servant, now you'll be his servant." Go ahead.
Verse 35?
Yep.
Verse 35. And hast thou not been there?
Hast thou not been
there with thee?
No, read again.
And hast thou not there with thee Zadok and Abiathar the priest? Therefore it shall be that what thing soever thou shalt hear out of the king's house, thou shalt tell it to Zadok and Abiathar the priest.
So whatever you hear from Absalom now, you tell Zadok and Abiathar, and they're gonna report back. Go ahead.
Behold, they have there with them their two sons, Ahimaaz, Zadok's son, and Jonathan, Abiathar's son. And by them ye shall send unto me everything that ye can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 37. So Hushai, David's friends, came into the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem.
All right, y'all. Hey, so we're going to stop right there for this week. I'm interested to see what happened, man. King David that sent his own spies in. Now you know that Absalom has his own spies out there. King David is setting it up now because King David is a warrior, man. He is absolutely an excellent warrior. So as we know from Saul and the stories of Saul before King David became the king, he is a warrior. So he's very smart. The Lord is definitely with him. The Bible say that King David is a man after the Most High's own heart. We're going to start at the end of chapter 15. We'll start next week, Lord willing, at chapter 16. See where this goes. The water for everybody tuning in today, man. Most High in Christ. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the video. If you have not paid your Passover fees, get those Passover fees in as soon as possible. Make sure you pay your tithes. Feast of Purim is coming up February 20 to 22nd or 23rd, I believe it is. A lot of the brothers, well, some brothers will be going to North Carolina to have the Feast of Purim with Commander General Hanna and holding camp that week in North Carolina for a large camp that Commander General Hanna is putting together. But make sure if you're going to be in the house, man, that we're going to get the list out as to what to bring. Brothers and sisters alike, if y'all are tuning in, make sure if y'all going to bring anything for the water, Nazim, I appreciate it. Most High in Christ. We're going to put it in the chat to make sure, see what everybody can send or what they can bring for the Feast of Purim. Again, the water to y'all. I do supposed to say the prayers. I'm not, but I'm going to do those. Amajim, which means to stand. Hapan Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. Going to do the Lord's Prayer, first in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Asha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemaya, Nathelanawa, Nakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawak Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'aiwalamyam, 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 Walamyam. Yeah, La'aiwalamyam. Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak the power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Baba Kashah. Nathananawa. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kal Maka'ala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. La Tahar. Ha Matazarayan. Hakak. La Hakwayam. Ha Matyam. Hakak. I Rakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarshan. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. Tawad Aman. In the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushai. Wa Makaya Allah. Wa Allah Yahweh. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawakyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kayaya. Kaha Salagi. Ha Kayayalam. Salakia. Ha Kayal. Hold on. Ha Kayayalamyam. Kalayalamyam. No, you was right. Kayayalamyam. Yalamyam. Ha Akwakyam. Yahweh Ba'ashem. Yahushai. The water Aman. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohana.
Commanding General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azariah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Waharatazah.
Waharatazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yadan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yayawam.
Al-Yayawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tizalka.
Tizalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Yeah, Yakaka. Yep. Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayat. Balayala. Balayala.
Balal.
Yala. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka. Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Malak Rai.
Malak Rai.
Wait, McCall Rai.
McCall Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'aka.
Taza'aka.
Wabawaka.
Wabawaka.
Ma'aif.
Ma'aif.
Wa'aid
Iwalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills.
Unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forward.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Now bear with me. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damaya Laka.
Al Damaya
Laka.
Damaya Laka.
Al Takarash.
Al Takarash.
Wa Al Takshakwa.
Wa Al Tashakwa.
Al Kayahana.
Al Kayahana.
Our Yab Yaka.
Our Yab Yaka.
Yahamad Yawam.
Yahamad Yawam.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amaka.
Al Amaraka.
Now Al Amaka.
Al Amaka.
Yaira Yamwa.
Yaira Yamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Yatazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amawa. Oh, Salaki. Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanaka Yadam. Wanakak Yadam.
Wanakak Yadam.
Magawya.
Magawya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwada. Kaya. Nawa'ai Tazai. Nata'ai Za'aiwa.
Nata'ai Za'aiwa.
Laba.
Lakadwa.
Al Yaka. Baryath. Yakarwathwa. Ahalia. Adawam. Wa Yashamai. Al Yam. Mawa'aba. Hagarium,
Hagarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Ma'aimawan,
Ma'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak, Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
I'm Yeshabya,
Yeshabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Asha'awar,
Gum Ash'awar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Amam,
Amam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Asha,
Asha,
Laham,
Yaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Banakal,
Barakal,
Koyashwan, Nashamadua,
Nashamadua,
Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yab Mawa,
Yab Mawa,
Ka'irab,
Ka'irab,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Call Nasawat, Call Nasayakam, Call Nasayakamwa,
Call Nasayakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Nayar Rasha,
Nayar Rasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ata, Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alayaham,
Alayaham,
Salaki, Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahayatam,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgaga,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Yapanya,
Rawakwa, Salaki, Rawaka,
Rauka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba'ira,
Taba'ira,
Ya'ira, Kalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradapma,
Tawadatma,
Basa'iraka,
Pasa'iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Rabathka,
Tabaha Alam,
Tabaha Alam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wa'a Bakwashwa,
Wa'abakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashua,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya Bakwashwa. Oh, Salaki, I read it again. Waya Bahalawa,
Waya Bahalawa,
Idya
Idya,
Waya Kaparwa,
Waya Gapara,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Da'aiwa,
Waya
Adaiwa, but Waya Da'aiwa,
Waya Da'aiwa,
Kaya Ata,
Kaya Ata,
Shemka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kalharataza.
Al Kalharataza.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemy make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. Assure also is joined with them.
Assure also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah.
Salaki?
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Areb.
Make their nobles like Areb.
And like Zaid.
And like Zaid.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zamunah.
As Zamunah.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take all to ourselves.
The houses of God in possession.
The houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Let them be confounded in trouble.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the Most High.
Art the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sar, which means to turn. Class dismissed.